Hello everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome back to Space Engineers. I'm here with Mr. Venom today, say hello.
Hello.
And we're going to be giving you a tour of the RWI Discovery. Yes, we're finally giving you the IRL tour of it. So you've seen the cinematic, if you haven't, there's a link down below, but we're going to be giving you a tour of this grand starship. So, Venom, we're on the bridge. Should we start here?
Yes, so the bridge is basically the main pride and joy of the ship. It is a nice, beautiful, open view for you to see the hull of the Discovery. And I must say, it's quite a view.
Oh, it is. I love standing near the windows here, particularly this one while the sun's here at the minute, and just looking out over, the ship's hull, but also this fantastic skybox we've got, which is the Atlantis one, isn't it? And also,
Yes,
it looks so cinematic. Like, I usually play this game in 4K. We're in 2K today, so those can enjoy it, but this looks beautiful. And also, got my captain's chair over here. I can sit down, I can command the whole ship from this. And yeah, the bridge is fantastic. We really did a lot of hard work on this because it's one of the things I redesigned like 3 times, wasn't it? Because I did a version, you did a version, I did a version, you did a version. It changed quite a lot because originally we went for something totally different. We went for something similar to the Apollo, didn't we? Where it's like the captain had like the raised platform, but I wanted it more Star Trek-esque, where he had all the people around him. So you've got helm up here, you've got operations, then tactical is just over there, and you've got comm and other stuff. So yeah, it was kind of like different variations of the design we went through.
Unfortunately, I really wish that we could have had a higher ceiling. However, I was going to dip in the floor just to make it as low as this level. Yeah. But then again, it's better to have the view and be able to see the entire ship rather than just seeing a block and some honor. So that's why we kind of went with this design. And
also the new introduction is the holotable block here. Originally it was one of the modded blocks. We put the holotable in now because it functions a lot better. The blueprint is a little bit oversized because I'm not sure why, but yeah, it's it's like that. We'll leave it there for a minute. And also you've got the sort of programming block. Oh no, it's not programming block, it's just like a control station down here, isn't it?
Aye, so let's go into the main foyer, which is behind here. And around here it leads to the stairway and also out to the what are we officially called?
Kind of I think it's like a captain's yacht / another docking port, wasn't it? Like so only like VIPs who came on board, could dock there or something.
Something like that, yeah. But anyways, it was just meant as an easy access onto the ship as well. And if we move on the same level, over here we have the captain's room. We're over here. I used to have small block furniture, but that got removed. So I added some couches here. I would have added maybe a coffee table or just a table with some Earl tea.
Unfortunately, we didn't have a coffee table. It's the one thing I didn't put in the DLC.
Unfortunately. And then in here, we got a bed. I had a huge, queen-size bed, but...
I remember, again, yeah. Unfortunately, that version's on the workshop somewhere. We'll have to see if we can get that out sometime. But yeah, the bedroom does look quite nice. I like the door frame here, to be honest. It's a more realistic door frame.
And then on this side... True. And on this side, we have the conference room.
Oh, this looks beautiful. It's like a nice mahogany table.
Tables, they really, really went well. I tried going with a beige feel because of Star Trek The Next Generation. I don't think I really matched the beige, but it's something.
It does look rather out of place, but yeah, I guess it fits.
We could always change that whenever.
True. All right, so this is deck 1. Now we're going down to deck 2, aren't we?
Deck 2. Now we go down the stairway, which I had a lot of fun building this. This was really inspired by my Exile ship.
It's also very reminiscent of Star Trek Into Darkness's stairwell, isn't it? Where the Enterprise had the crisscrossing stairs.
You can look all the way down as well and see everything.
Yeah, so if one of these glass panels breaks, you're going to fall quite far. Luckily, the medical bay is down one deck row, so you can hop in.
All right, so I think we should do the outside first and then engineering last because that thing is beautiful. So over here to the right, we have the hangar control section, and which it overlooks the hangar.
Indeed. So this is where your shuttle pods will come in, and as we can see down there, there were some shuttle pods in it earlier. We flew them out though. But you can obviously, this is where the hangar control person stands, direct shuttles in, opens the doors which aren't there. You get the general gist of it. It's quite cool. Anyway, continuing on around this way, there's also a catwalk just over there into the hangar, but I don't need to show you that for a minute. We've got an airlock on the other side here. You just saw the other one over there. So this is the port airlock, then starboard airlock's over there. The ship is shaking slightly. Continuing on, I think, is this crew quarters or armory? This is crew quarters, this is one of them.
Crew quarters, yep. I was supposed to put the beds in here.
Yeah, so this is one of the versions we had. When this ship was originally built, the DLC wasn't out yet, and when we finished off this version, the DLC just came out, so that's why some of it hasn't been fully converted yet. The version on the workshop does have some, but this version we're using for filming today does not, so that's why you're going to see some small changes. Yeah, you get the general gist of it.
And I believe this is... we have, if I remember correctly, the Brig. And it's dark in here.
There you go.
There we go. I knew I put lights in here. So the Brig, I like this because it's like an ominous walkway down into this area, and then a few viewing windows for you to see your person. And we don't have a bed in there because the blocks weren't available. But you want prisoners don't deserve a good
No,
bed.
no,
They
they've
deserve
just
one
got
with a big
two
ridge in the
metal.
middle.
This looks like some sort of weird torture device, doesn't it? Now in here is one of our empty rooms which we can retrofit and convert to whatever we need. The reason we kept these empty is because when we film the Discovery, we wanted to use this room for several different things, maybe a science lab, crew quarters, VIP quarters. On another version of the ship, I have it as a mess hall. So it's a variety of different things.
It's always good to have an empty room because then you could just have the multi-versatility of that choice and just choose whatever you want.
Exactly.
I really love these hallways because grinding down all these blocks as well, they were a huge pain doing that on all decks.
Oh, definitely. It's a bit of a nightmare. Now, in this version, we have, again, another empty room. It's kind of just the same. You get the general gist of it. You got a nice view of the cannon there as well. Very
What's
cool.
behind door number 3?
It's another empty room. Yay!
Surprise! But you know what? It's at least helping us when we do cinematics. Now, if anyone can guess where this is from, I will be very impressed because I kind of nicked this off of another ship.
Yes, you did. I noticed it like ages ago. I was like, hang on a minute. That looks like...
We'll leave it unnamed. Guess in
Yeah.
the comments below if you can remember where this came from.
Yeah, people can guess what ship this was taken off of. Anyway, should we skip back down to the engine room?
Sure. Let's just run
After you.
down. Actually, is there anything down there? No, that was a dead end. I think I was meant to put like an armory, but wait.
Cool, so I guess we can start with the top area of engineering, then go down via engineering, can't we?
I guess so, yeah. That sounds perfect. So this is the
Cool.
upper engineering portion where you can see the core.
FTL. It is meant to be on. I'm not sure why.
Let's be all the
Usually
lights
it's...
we have.
Yeah, it might be some of the lights we just glitched out today. Because usually the core light, has its flashing lights on, but some
Yep,
reason
so
they're not
usually
working.
we have the core flashing from top to bottom. Basically, the lights are going in a pulsating method, and we basically have it just looking like the warp core from, well, any Star Trek.
Exactly.
And it looks really good when it was working. You can see it in the cinematic as well, which link down in the description below.
I love creating that cinematic moment because I took a lot of it from Star Trek Enterprise's Broken Barrow episode. It's like, how are we doing around a trip? And activated the core and jetted off. It was really fun to do.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I love that. Because I also added in the ambient noise of Voyager's warp core as well, which you can sort of hear if you're paying like close attention to it.
If you notice on the angle of the incline of the roof leading up to the second level, I tried really making this look like Voyager with that angle, just to give it some look and multi-level kind of personality.
It's definitely quite cool.
Multi-level design. It worked out pretty well. I wish it could have had some more detailing, but it worked really nicely. Now here is the, what would we call this?
This is the FTL drive interior, isn't it? Because obviously you had the core there, but for our story purposes, we also had, the auxiliary FTL drives, which was there. So this is kind of taking inspiration from, Star Trek's original long engine room, because originally in Star Trek, particularly the earlier movies, they had like the elongated warp core, didn't they? Where it was like going down. So we kind of took inspiration from that and then put our two main reactors down here as well. So that's kind of our thought behind it.
We have over here is another crew quarters, which I have actually put the beds in.
And we remembered this one.
At the end. I remember this one.
This is the medical room over here. So we've got an identical medical room on the other side. You get a nice view outside here. Quick bed, medical bay, all you kind of need.
So when you're suffering plasma damage, you can see the planet down below in your fine moments of death.
Yeah, I'm actually wearing the RWI Discovery uniform. You can see here, you can get this as part of the Redwood Collection mod, which comes with the ship anyway if you download it. But it's got a nice Discovery patch there. Also, if you do want to get yourself a Discovery patch, they are on sale right now. The store still has quite a few left, so log in and get one, as they're only available for a limited time. Anyway, this is Aux Control, isn't it?
This is Aux Control. This basically is life support, and over here is the main room where it's the oxygen production and life support systems. Got a little console over here to make sure all systems are up and running, and backup power with batteries just in case the ship gets separated. Who knows?
So if you want to blow the ship to Kingdom Come, this is where you aim.
Backup power, unlike Ratchet.
Yeah. I'm sure he's forgotten lately. Anyway, moving on towards the front here, we've got another, this is oxygen or gyro room up here. We'll do this one
This
first.
is a gyroscope room, so the front end had lots of space for me to just cram a few gyroscopes. So up here, you can repair stuff. There's also ventilation up here, so you can, pressurize it in case the ship separates. Why did I plan so much for separation?
I don't know why. It's like you plan for this to break apart.
Maybe after
I guess because of a ring
Into
outside.
Darkness or Star Trek Beyond, after watching that, I was like, you know what? We need more pressurization. And here, this
Now, this
is
was
the
something I
torpedo
wanted,
room.
wasn't it? Because I wanted like a torpedo room similar to the NX one. Because I was watching Star Trek Enterprise when we designed this. And you managed to recreate the idea of torpedoes using the pistons here, which is very cool.
I thought those would be like hatches, and I was kind of having another piston system up here, which would then connect to the pistons over here to make it look like it was loading it. Unfortunately, Hitboxes did not want me to do that, so we had to cut that. But this still works out really well. I like it.
It fits in really well. I think we're keeping us on the other ship as well. So
Good.
it's very nice. Anyway, so we've got a back room back here, haven't we?
Yep, and this is just the controls where you can obviously get a good look of all the systems. You can see everything working. Like I said, I wanted those extending pistons to make it look like we were reloading, but unfortunately, it didn't work. It would have been cool seeing them extending from here, but hey.
You got like a couple of seats here where engineers can sit down, or tactical officers and fire weapons from as well, so you can like manually control the
Engineers sit
turrets.
down? They're always on the move.
So back into the corridor on this side, we're going to zoom back to the hangar now. It's literally identical rooms on this side, another medical bay, another orcs control. We can show you the hangar, which is quite cool. So do you want to open the door?
Alright, so here we got a pressurization room.
Let's just step in and not vent the entire place.
And now let's vent the small room. And here we are, we're in the hangar.
Very nice. So you can
see
imagine
the
your
hangar control up above.
Indeed, you can imagine your shuttle pods flying in and out. In one of the cinematic previews I did for Keen Software House, I actually showed the Discovery hangar like a month before the ship was released, which was quite fun. And Venom's turned all the lights off. Yay.
Wait. And then, like I said, we have catwalks up here, which you never know. There could be ships up here being worked on or repaired. Who knows?
I always get a vision of someone jumping off the catwalk into a ship, then zooming out in like some action sequence. I'm not sure why. Excellent. So now we can show deck 4, which is the cargo area and observation deck, just down here. So you go back on the stairwell again, all the way down. Now the stairwell actually runs through the whole of the ship, so if you don't want to get anywhere, you can just take the main stairs. You can end up on any deck. So this is deck 4.
So here's our basic storage. It's not main storage. Main storage is somewhere behind this wall over here, but we basically can connect to it through these. These are more like you want to put your tools, basic equipment, and stuff like that. It's color-coded, like blue for, I don't know, repair systems, orange for tools. Who knows? It's up to you.
It's quite cool.
And then over here, we got sort of security rooms. I thought this would be like a room where you could watch cameras, watch the security of the whole ship, make sure all the systems are working, no one's hacking things, no Borg infiltration.
They're like sub-work rooms as well, seem like you needed like a lab or a workshop. You can also use these.
Indeed. Speaking of lab, let's move over to this empty room.
Yes, this is obviously we're using an old version of a ship, so this room's not actually lit at the minute. The one on the workshop is, I believe. But then we
I
also
did
got
keep this unlit because I wanted this to be also another one of those rooms where we could just make it whatever we
Very
wanted.
true.
At any
So this
time.
is the observation deck / lounge. Now the inspiration for this one actually came from Halo. I'm a big fan of Halo Wars and I love the Spirit of Fire. And I wanted that sort of glass observation deck where, the captain could come down and look down to the planet he's hovering above. So if you imagine we're hovering above the moon or the Earth planet, you can literally stand here and look down at the planet you're above. And that's something I really wanted to go for. And then you managed to create this after like the mock-up design I did. And it looks really cool.
Now, if you remember, our first observation room was actually above where basically the top nose was. And I didn't think that did too well because we couldn't see much. Whereas this, oh, look at that view. That is definitely
It's
something.
fantastic. I love it.
It's beautiful.
Because you can just look straight down here as well. It's like really nice.
Also, we could put a projector table over here. This was what originally was in the bridge, if I remember correctly.
This mod is so old now, the graphic down here is still glitching out to this day. Right, Mr. Venom, are you ready for a tour of the exterior part of the ship?
I think my seatbelt's on.
Excellent, let's go.
Oh god, it's not. Okay, there we go.
I love this area just because you can see the nacelles as we go out. It's quite fun.
Now, the old version, we didn't have those extended nacelles either, which I felt it was a bit stubby, wasn't it?
Definitely. It was, we definitely, extended it out there because the ship's kind of inspired by the NX-01 and also the Discovery at the same time, really, isn't it? Because it's called Discovery. So when Star Trek Discovery came out, we obviously looked at that and thought, yeah, we could do something like that. And one of the big things I liked was the blue lines in the nacelle because we're using the Star Trek Impulse Drive mod, and it really brings out, the look of the nacelles here, and I love it.
Now, the one challenge was we were going with that angular engine nacelle design, remember? And we basically had it up to the point right before the blue nacelles actually began, and I wanted to continue that as well, but I really wanted something to look Star Trek-y. And I was like, I can't really do this with Space Engineers blocks. So I just created quad nacelles in 2 nacelle portions.
It looks really nice as well.
Yeah, it looked really good. But that angling of the nacelle, what are those called again? Pylons?
Yeah.
Oh, those were complicated to do.
I noticed that because they're not like straight lines as some would assume they are. They are like inverted almost. And it's kind of like quite cool how it's done, but I like it because it really builds onto the design as well.
It really adds like a different perspective to it. It gives it like a flowing movement almost.
Because typical Star Trek designs, they have like straight lines for the nacelles. Like the Sovereign and Odyssey classes are an exception because their nacelles are again elongated backwards in a different angle, and it really is quite fun how they're created.
Mm-hmm. And if you look below us, we also see the main hull, which that has gone through so many iterations. Initially, we actually had the observation room right at the nose there where the jump drives are now. However, I thought, what, being RWI, we have to give it some references to other ships. So I was like, the Apollo is very iconic. Why don't we put something like that at the front? So we did so.
So that with the references to RWI, we can show that it's clearly linked to RWI lore and canon as well, hence why it shares some similarity. Because obviously the same engineering corps are going to be the people who build this, therefore there's going to be some similarity between the warships and the science ships in a way with how they're built. So that's kind of why we went for that similar design as well. And it does look quite cool. Well, in that case, if you do want to download the RWI Discovery, the link to the workshop page is down in the description. You can go down it today. It's pretty simple. Just click subscribe, make sure you've got mods in the world, and you are fine. We might upload a world version soon if enough people need it, but at the minute it's got very minimal mods in the grand scheme of it, so it's not that too hard to just download the right ones. But yeah, Venom, is there any closing words you'd like to say?
Just like to say thank you guys for your patience. It has been a joy working on this, and it's great seeing you guys enjoying it so much. Hope to see you in the comments below, and I hope you download it as well. Thank you so much.
And on that note, thank you for watching. I've been Captain Jack, joined by Mr. Venom today. We'll probably be back with you in a couple of months with another new ship design, and we'll be eager to show it off to you very soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.